Game time. Football Sunday. You got things?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Manga Junkies. 2 E's. 3, 2, 1.
There it is. There it is. We're back. Football Sunday too. You guys see the jersey. Gotta rep the team. Manga Junkies. 2 E's. No I. It's your boy Knox, aka Noxious FX. You can call me Fred. Co-host.
It's your boy Casey Silverback, aka Curves. You already know what time it is. We back. We never left.
It's your boy Brad, aka the Bad Liar, aka Uno, aka Pod Strickland.
Yes, sir.
Pod Strickland was the new one. We like that one.
That shit was super smooth.
We voted on that one. And last but never least, Benji Moto-san.
Benji Moto.
Let's go.
Shot for you, Benji.
What's up, guys?
Let's go.
What is up? Welcome back for another week. Happy Football Sunday.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be good.
Yes, sir.
We got espresso shots. We're fucking ready to go.
Let's go.
So,
I like it.
cheers. Well, hey, what are we talking? What are we talking about today?
Yeah.
Wait, is it a good? What's today?
Today we're talking about the OG, the Godfather to everything battle manga, Dragon Ball Z, man.
Let's
Okay,
go.
but y'all know what I'm about to say.
What's
What you
up?
say? What you
Fred,
got?
hit us with a Friday fix.
Ooh, listen, it's not Friday, but it's still the Friday fix. We what's new? What's going on? No, let me say
Instead
this.
of Friday Fix, let's do Super Sunday.
Super Sunday. I
Super
like
Sunday, Super Sunday. One thing I want to talk about.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
know
go.
if you said it on the podcast.
Uh-huh.
Kurt's been telling me to watch Free Ren.
Oh, let's go.
I don't know if you guys
Let's
are.
go.
Kurtz,
I told you.
Brad, are you on Free Ren yet?
Nah, I typed in F and I end up going down another rabbit hole.
Bro, Free Ren is different.
I told y'all. The animation is beautiful.
Another example of how you're supposed to do magic.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say it again. We've talked about it, but another example of how you're supposed. It is beautiful. You guys gotta check that out if you're not into it.
Funny enough, you said magic. I've been watching Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest, and I hate Fairy Tail.
Oh, Fairy Tail's beautiful though.
I don't want to talk about the power of friendship.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but they cooking on that anime.
Really?
Yeah.
They are cooking on that anime. It's some cool powers in there I never thought of.
Also, honorable mention, Ragnar Crimson. If you guys aren't on
see that a lot.
Ragnar Crimson, beautiful.
I see that a lot.
Also, Don to Don dropped a new episode.
I was gonna say
Ooh,
Dandadan's going
baby.
crazy. Dandadan's going crazy.
All right, for Super Sunday, can we talk about how bad Blue Lock has been?
I
What's
haven't-
up with
Blue
this
Lock
I'm
has
behind.
this
been
PowerPoint bullshit they're
horrible.
doing? What's
I'm
up
behind.
with this?
I couldn't even speak to
The
it.
animation, I think they changed animation.
What's
'cause
going
it
on?
looks terrible.
It's bro. I saw a clip for the new chapter or the new update supposed to be coming on, bro. It's supposed to be the biggest arc that they've done. It's like the UE or whatever, and it's still PowerPoint bullshit.
As somebody who reads the manga, I'm kind of disappointed they're animating it like this because y'all won't get the full feel we were
Yeah.
reading.
Was it fire in the when you're reading it through the manga?
From what everybody's been saying, everybody I've been seeing on like Instagram, TikTok, they're
There has
mad.
been no
Really?
miss.
I haven't even watched it because of that.
Blue Lock has no miss. Like, there's not a missed chapter where I was like, dang, I didn't like that chapter.
Okay. I'll check it out. I'm still on like either
Yeah.
season 1 or season 2. I'm not sure. What's the newest one? Season 3 that just dropped or season 2?
Also,
season 2 dropped, but season 3 they dropped the teaser trailer for it.
Okay. So I'm on season 1.
I also heard the Tower of God animation has been terrible.
Yeah, horrible. From what everybody's been saying.
It's not good. This
Hate
is
to
not
see
good
it.
news.
It's
I
not.
actually have good news. I mean, I got a fact check,
Yeah.
but I did see something about Kagurabachi. What was it? They had the animation war. Everybody was
they
trying
picked
to
it?
pick. I heard that they picked the animator. I'll look
Who
it
is
up
it?
again. I'm not sure. I'll look it up again.
Who
but I
won the
saw
bidding
that
war?
Let's see who won the bidding war here.
Unless you tell me it's
While
Mappa.
he's
Kagura.
checking out who won the bidding war, listen, this episode is going to be beautiful. We're going to be talking about DBZ. And while we're talking about DBZ, before we do that, let's give a little shout out to Toriyama. Let's have a little
There's
moment
no
of silence.
official confirmation yet. I'm sorry, but it's gonna be Mappa.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. If it's Mappa animating it.
Listen, for everybody right now, we lost somebody very special this year.
Akira Toriyama.
Listen, Akira Toriyama lost his life this year, so let's all do a little moment of silence real quick for
The
Akira
real one.
Toriyama, the real one.
Real one.
Wasn't that last
No, it was this year.
It was this
It was
year.
2024.
But let's get it going,
Let's
Fred.
get into
Start
it.
us off.
Listen, so we're going through the eras.
Let's
We're
go.
gonna
Let's
start.
go.
Okay,
Let's
so
talk about it.
let's talk
Yeah,
about
because I don't really know too much. I mean, listen, I know it's a classic.
yeah.
But I need a little bit of, like, a background.
Backstory.
Yeah, give me some.
So Dragon Ball starts off with essentially Goku's an alien, right? Comes in, crash lands on Earth, gets found by old martial artist named Gohan. Guy finds him, takes him in as his own. They kind of follow the Sun God Wukong.
Yeah, he's a direct representation of Sun Wukong. Yeah.
So the monkey, travel to the west or whatever.
Yeah,
they kind of they have a play on that. Goku's like he has a monkey tail. Dude, he turns into the great
same
ape.
beast. Yeah.
So
really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
And he's a kid. He's a kid at this point. So he gets trained by Gohan. Then he gets trained by Master Roshi, OG. Everybody. He's a favorite. Everybody
what planet is he from? Do you guys know that?
So go ahead.
Planet Vegeta.
Yeah.
Planet Vegeta. Okay.
That's crazy.
Oh shit.
So, quick aside.
Things just made sense.
Ben just
Yeah,
had
just things just made sense now.
Yeah.
Because I was always like, why is they're that green guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
no.
But
All right.
still, I didn't know there was any
aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, they're pretty much all
I didn't know
aliens.
I didn't know that at all.
All right, so
Yeah.
before we get into like the actual stories, before we get into Dragon Ball, starting from Dragon Ball, I want to ask, what was your introduction to Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball, and tell the feeling you got from watching it?
Oh,
Because I'm guaranteed it's both all of us when we're elementary school.
So elementary school, me and Fred were watching Saturday morning cartoons, and I remember watching little Goku in Dragon Ball, fighting against the Red Ribbon Army. I'm like, damn, this shit's kind of dope. You see a little kid just busting old heads up, busting them up, and I was like, this is kind of dope. Like Dragon Ball was super pure. You saw like a little kid like rising above different challenges and stuff like that, and it was dope.
We're all kids watching that shit.
Yeah.
We're like, bro, this nigga's strong as fuck.
Yeah, like damn, I wish I could be like that.
Yeah. I would say like for Dragon Ball, the moment that got me was the tournament.
Which one?
The tournament when
There was like 3 world tournaments
with Master Roshi.
Ooh, when he changed, he had the wig on.
Yes. That's the one that got me. Like
the first one.
So y'all had to be watching early.
Yeah, we were watching early Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I know you said Saturday morning, but Dragon Ball, I remember watching Dragon Ball before going to school. I don't know what they did that a lot.
That's the thing I want to get, because I started watching Dragon Ball Z in like 2000.
So you started with
19.
Dragon Ball Z.
Well, that's the thing. Dragon Ball Z was the first one to run, I believe. I think Dragon Ball, they started running it later. I think they ran it back later because
I was watching Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball was the first. That was the first one I watched.
Okay, so I remember when I was a kid. From my experience, I think the year was 1999. I was watching Pokemon, and I remember talking about Pokemon and Digimon to kids. And the kid looked over to me and was like, "Oh, did you see the new episode of Dragon Ball Z?" And I was like, "The new episode of Dragon Ball Z?" And you know me, I don't want to be left out as a kid. I'm like, "Of course I seen it. What are you talking about?" He was in there and he hit him with the move, and I had no clue. So the very next day, I remember watching my first episode of Dragon Ball Z, and I think it was right when they were like on Namek. I think that was when I joined in. They were on Namek, and they were getting into a fight. And I remember just seeing like, "Oh, this is the best animation fighting I've ever seen." I was like, "Oh my god, there is so much action." Looking back on it, it's half talking. But still. So I think that was in 1999. That's why I was asking, because I think they ran Dragon Ball back afterwards. I think they were running Dragon Ball Z, because I think Dragon Ball ran in Japan first, and we got Dragon Ball Z. And then they went back to Dragon Ball, because I remember watching that when I was in like 2002.
So for me, I had a different experience. I was able to watch Dragon Ball first, and not knowing it was Dragon Ball, that it was connected to Dragon Ball Z. Because I think the first experience for me for Dragon Ball Z was, I want to say, when Gohan did the headbutt into Raditz.
Was your first ever experience?
That was my first ever experience. Seeing Gohan just screaming and just jumping out of the capsule, and popping Raditz right in his stomach.
Yeah, that was fire.
And I was like, "Oh, they got
I'm
me.
I'm in. They just Listen, a lot of stuff there might have been like anime that came before that dropped before, but like for me that really got me in. I'm sure it's the same for people around our age, like our era. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, that series, that was it, man. The fighting, like how they put everything together, bro, like. That was brand new, and people take a lot of the stuff that we see now. There's people that love anime, new into anime and manga. They don't realize a lot of the stuff that they're watching that they enjoy. Dragon Ball Z, they were the first people to do it.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Man, I wish I was a little bit more I didn't know there was a Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
and
it's a lot.
Like,
there's a lot of different series.
Which is really cool because I'm actually really all right. Let's go back to
let's do it.
I can't wait till we get to Dragon Ball Kai. That's the best one.
We don't have to go too into depth about the Dragon Ball. No. But I'm saying I do want to talk a little about Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I want to ask you guys. I talked to you guys a little bit about this off screen before. I'm gonna ask you now. I'm putting y'all boys on the spot. Okay. Can we say that, I guess, the sequel or a time skip, whatever term you want to use, the Dragon Ball time skip is probably the best in anime? Can we say that in manga?
Are you talking as far as from Little Goku to
Goku
adult
from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z?
Ooh.
Oh.
That's a hell of a time skip.
I think it was done the best. Now that I think about it, it was probably done the best.
Yeah.
Bro,
I agree with that.
We love both. Like Dragon Ball as a stand, it can be its own standalone.
Right.
For
The thing
sure.
about, I want to go back. Dragon Ball was such a hit.
Yeah.
For them to go right into Dragon Ball Z, which is so vast and so great, it dwarfs the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Like,
because going back and watching Dragon Ball, there's not a miss.
No. It was top. It was top tier.
From meeting Bulma and saying he don't want her dirty panties.
Yeah. Very nasty.
Okay.
And then, honestly, like the progression from like, no, it was a big progression because you went from Yamcha being a rival, then to Tien and Chaozu.
Yep.
Right, and then you go into like his rivalry he had with Master Roshi, not knowing it was Master Roshi, Krillin,
Piccolo,
and then the Red Ribbon Army. Who was the guy with the blue eyes, who did telekinesis? That guy.
I forgot.
That was the one who killed Krillin the first time. I didn't even know. Like, I was like, damn, Krillin dies. Like, this was crazy. It was a lot of shit going on in Dragon Ball, and the transfer to Dragon Ball Z was epic.
I'm glad you mentioned those people because with all those people that we were able, like, you get all these connections with them and stuff. They go into Dragon Ball Z. You still see the same faces. You see the progression. They're still progressing. Things look a little bit different. Sorry for my dog Yamcha. We'll talk about that later.
I don't know what Akira Toriyama did to that man, but let me tell you something.
Tanked him.
I think this is what I have a theory about Yamcha. I think Akira Toriyama had a friend.
Yes.
And he saw and he was like, "You're Yamcha. I got you in it." And somewhere in between, him and his friend fell out. And he was like, guess what? You're going to lose to a Cyberman. Then you're going to lose your chick to Vegeta. Then you're going to become a baseball pitcher and then still lose that fight. That was crazy.
Yamcha had a huge fall from grace, man.
Oh, the Wolfang Fist never rose.
Hey, to this day, that's a fire.
One of the hardest techniques I've ever seen.
That's just tough. I love Wolfang Fist. Now it's not doing nothing.
Or when he used to do the guided
Spirit Ball.
Yeah,
Spirit Ball.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that shit
I thought Yamcha was it when I was a kid.
The first time I saw Spirit Ball, I was like, what is this technique, bro?
And he could do the Kamehameha. I was like, Yamcha's the greatest. When I was a kid, when I first watched Dragon Ball, I said,
he was tough. Yamcha was tough. Yamcha was tough.
And then the Saiyan arc, he just...
Tien tougher than the Yamcha.
Yeah, 100%.
And we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Listen, so I have to ask you guys a question.
Okay.
With Dragon Ball Z, forget how strong they were, whatever. That had nothing to do with anything. What do you think was the best arc, including put everything into it? Villain, what happened? What was the best arc in Dragon Ball Z?
I want to see.
Courage. No.
I want to see Brad.
Roshan for it.
No, go.
Roshan for it.
You got it. You got it, brother.
Come on.
You got it. You got it.
1 second.
I'm gonna go to Cell Saga. And you knew I was gonna go to Cell Saga because it's either one of the two. I know you're gonna pick the other one.
Okay, go ahead.
I like the Cell Saga simply because we get to see Gohan. When I was at the time, remember I was a kid, and Toonami's running all these promotions about like a boy can dream.
Yeah.
And then showing Gohan, and I still not understanding what's gonna happen with Gohan at the time, but I felt that Gohan was me as a kid. Like he's fighting all these obstacles he's going through, and he has to fight this major antagonist, this super android named Cell, and you're unsure if he can beat him, but his dad has full faith in him. And then he goes in, and he has this cocky attitude, and he just bodies his android. Not even a competition, really. Yeah, the Cell Saga has to be the hardest one.
That was that for me. I want to say, I know a lot of people are going to say Namek, But for me, it was the Nappa saga.
Saiyan?
Yeah, when Nappa, listen,
Saiyan saga was
watching all these strong Z fighters get whooped one by one.
Yeah.
From Nappa, every Tien, we're looking at, because you got to remember, coming from Dragon Ball, we looked at all these people at top tier fighters. Tien was a top tier. Piccolo was a top tier. Yeah, those two were the echelon of fighting at that time.
Coming out of Dragon Ball, you had Piccolo, though. Piccolo being like the main antagonist.
And couldn't do anything.
So what I'm saying is, in your head, you think Piccolo is stronger than those two. So that's why I probably Saiyan Saga, I didn't really
Piccolo was the closest thing to Goku at that time.
Probably.
He was the closest thing. On Earth, Piccolo was the closest thing to Goku.
At that time.
And watching him struggle against him, calling out to him, befriending these people that he looked down on bad.
Was he with Nail at that point? Did he fuse with Nail, or was it?
It was before Nail was in. It was in Namek.
Yeah, that was before.
Okay.
So he didn't even know about fusions, but at this point, you see him on Earth fighting against Nappa, struggling. Hey, Krillin, do you know how to do the shadow?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do the clone thing? And he's like, yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's try this. Didn't work. Him trying to charge him for special beam cannon, not working.
Yeah.
Gohan. Him training Gohan. That connection he formed with Gohan was beautiful. Yeah. He's looking at Gohan as if like
Gohan's
that's his
real
son.
dad.
Yeah,
Gohan's real dad.
And now we have this running joke that Piccolo is more of a father to Gohan than Goku is.
It's a fact.
You know what I mean? Like there was strong connections formed during that saga, that initial Saiyan saga.
Okay, so we know. What about you?
It's cliche. Everyone's gonna say, but it's got to be the Frieza saga. It's got to be Super Saiyan.
Oh, the Frieza saga.
I don't want to be that person, but bro, we got so much in that, man. We got so much in that, and then to see that again, how we say it's the Godfather, bro. Transformation. That was the first, bro. Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Yellow hair. We see him. This thing charged up for 3 episodes. We waited.
Technically, the first transformation is Kaioken. If you want to call it that, it's a power up.
But did you feel like
Kaioken shit was crazy?
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But rewatching that saga I couldn't watch it. It's unbearable.
Really?
For them to see him powering up that long as a
that's
OD.
But other than that,
it's one episode where he screams a whole
other than
episode.
That Planet Namek saga was, you had the Ginyu Force, the introduction of the Ginyu Force. The Raccoon fight was for me a parallel to the Nappa.
Oh,
right.
It was the same thing.
When they fought the Ginyu Force.
Yeah, they fought the Ginyu Force.
You sit there and you're like, bro, how are they going to get out of this situation?
Going back to the Cell saga, the reason why mine is goated is because you get to see Trunks for the first time.
Yeah.
And you also get the androids.
Yeah.
100%. Listen, you
get Vegeta going crazy when his son get hoe slapped.
I would pick the Cell, like Android Cell. I'll put it again. When Trunks pulled up, bro, moment wise, bro, I would probably put that over Super Saiyan, bro.
Honestly, for me, if y'all don't remember this, and I know you guys do, when Piccolo fused with Kame and fought 17 below from, mind you, 17 that was the one they were worried about the most.
Yeah.
16 was stronger. 18 is the same strength as 17, but 17 was a serial killer.
Yeah, she was
no
nasty.
Emotion.
Yeah, that was the thing.
He was a killer.
Oh, we said 17.
17.
Oh, no, yeah.
I just realized.
Bro, they were going blow for blow.
Fred, I'm surprised the Buu saga ain't your favorite, because that's when Vegeta finally gets a dub.
Buu saga was dope. I don't know. I felt like a lot of the stuff, like I feel like
with a man name tattooed on his forehead.
Vegeta, Majin.
The tramp stamp?
Whoa. Right here.
The tramp stamp he had on his forehead?
Majin. Listen, this is my thing about the Buu
original
saga.
curse mark.
The Buu saga, it kind of like, again, I love all of it. I feel like you want to talk about like dragging on, bro. I feel like a lot of it, like I remember coming back home from school and I'm watching it. I'm like, bro, I could do without this. I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like all the different in between transformations that Buu had, like, and then when Goku and Vegeta were trapped inside, the fusion broke, and like those episodes were kind of like I could have did without those. Like I feel like it was, bro, those early like those they got straight to it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you got a lot more action, like less.
Okay.
That's the only thing that I had. But don't get me wrong, those are like little like kinks that I have for him. But I still love everything about his masterpiece.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's go through quick summation.
Yeah.
What happens in Dragon Ball that sets up Dragon Ball Z, and what gave you the emotional feelings when watching Dragon Ball? Because for me, watching Dragon Ball, the one thing I always looked forward to was the tournament. Yeah. That they always had, like, almost every other arc, it seemed like you had to figure out who was the strongest through this tournament. There was always a wrinkle.
100%.
I remember when he fought Tien and Chao Su, I was thinking, these guys are the epitome.
Chao Su flying.
Listen.
They're like, what the fuck?
Or when Master Roshi destroyed the moon.
No, my biggest thing for me for those tournaments, that original fight between Goku and Tien was a masterpiece. Yeah. And that shit ending in a draw.
Yeah.
It's like Goku couldn't catch a dub, bro. It's like he did everything in his power. He finally beat Master Roshi.
Yep.
Right? If I'm correct. He finally beat Master Roshi, and then he gets to that fight with Tien, and it ends in a draw. And then going into that last tournament, when Goku fights King Piccolo, and you see Tien like, all right, I'm ready to get my dub. This is gonna be, and he gets wiped out by Piccolo, like bad.
Bro, I don't care what anybody say, bro. I love Piccolo, bro.
Piccolo's a GOAT.
Powered, because we all know it's Goku and friends. I hate that they did that. But Piccolo as a character, bro, and that's another thing. Even though they do the Goku and friends, the reason why I love Dragon Ball Z, bro, the character development, bro. I have to do a quick little shout out for my guy Vegeta, man. If you guys know Vegeta, you Vegeta fans, we all know where we started with Vegeta, man.
Oh, Lord.
This guy was a murderer, bro. Murderer, killer, bro. Now he got a family. You understand the strip, what he's thinking. He's constantly getting whooped by his rival Goku. You know that. You guys love Goku, right?
I'm not a Goku fan. Goku's the worst written character in anime. He's the worst written character in shonen history.
He still finds a way to.
I'm not gonna say shonen, but the worst written character in history in anime. Goku.
Goku's pretty. Listen.
Writing wise, he's terrible. I'm not saying powers wise or like interest wise. It's just he's always the same. I want to fight. Fuck my family and my kids.
Listen. Vegeta. I know Goku. He everything goes his way. For the most part, it does. But I will say this. The Dragon Ball Z has done a really good job of keeping people like interested in the side characters, knowing that Goku's the man. He's the whatever. You still got, I'll go to bat for Piccolo. Mm-hmm. I'll go to bat for Tien. I'll go to like Master Roshi, bro. People love Master Roshi, bro. Like it's the fact that they're able to do that. Again, that's the Godfather, bro. That's OG, man.
Okay. Speaking on that, the way they did that Tournament of Power in Super.
Let's not jump.
That's a perfect representation of
how
Toriyama
they reinvented themselves,
characters, bro.
I think the one thing about Dragon Ball Z is it's never going to fail to give us the matchups we want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, so let's move on from Dragon Ball. We already have the Red Ribbon Army. Yeah. Great. You get the introduction to Piccolo. You get Master Roshi's school. You get the setup for basically Dragon Ball Z.
General Tao.
You get General Tao. What was homie who threw the pillars and then
General Tao?
Yeah, he would jump on the pillars.
General Tao.
I hated him.
Yeah, he was big for a minute.
But the one thing I like about Dragon Ball Z is that they drag everything from Dragon Ball and bring it to Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z starts off with the Saiyan Saga. We've already covered that.
Yeah. Raditz touching down.
Right. Yeah. Talk about the moment y'all landed on Namek.
Namek was dope. Different new planet. They had new shit going on. And they did a good job of making us fear, like Frieza and the Ginyu Force. Like they did a really good job of that, bro. Again, this is things that these newer anime, these newer mangas they're taking little things from that because it works. You know what I mean? Like they did it first. And when I was watching that Frieza saga, bro. To see different transformations. We saw Frieza's different transformations. We saw Captain Ginyu when Captain Ginyu did the whole
body swap.
Body swap, bro. That was huge. When he did the whole when he did the body swap, bro, like that, bro. There's a lot in the Frieza saga, man.
Bro, and the biggest thing that ever happened was Vegeta, had a change of heart. He started becoming kind of a good guy.
That was the heel turn.
I'm gonna go back to Vegeta every time to throw at Fred the Alley.
No,
I'm gonna throw Fred the Alley every time.
I love Vegeta, bro. To me, he is the best written character in Dragon Ball.
For me, I don't want to say I agree 100%, but I do agree with you because he is one of those people who are broken heroes, and because of Vegeta, we have so many diverse characters now.
Yep.
There's a lot of MCs that take they take from Goku, but we also get those side characters that are honorable mentions to Vegeta.
Yep.
Those broken heroes, those guys that you want to root for. They're not that strong in the beginning, or they seemed overpowered at first. The MC beats them. They have a confrontation, and then they join the MC side. Hiei is a good representation of that.
Not only do they join, they can at a certain degree
Be on par.
stand
You think
be on
he
par
is
with
the
them.
son of Vegeta?
He's not the son, but it's a good representation.
There's
of
a lot. You can tell
similarities
the hair,
between the two of them.
just how they go about. There's a lot.
Sasuke is another representation of
Sasuke
Vegeta.
The dark hair, even though all Saiyans had dark hair,
Sasuke.
but
Sorry, my bad.
But no. But he comes. But that there is no Sasuke. There is no Sasuke without Vegeta, bro.
Yeah, there's 100%.
They're
bro. Parallels.
Those are
Goku and Naruto, Vegeta and Sasuke.
Yeah,
perfect parallels.
synonymous, bro.
Perfect parallels.
They just did a better job in like Naruto and these newer ones of letting these guys catch dubs. Look at Bakugo. Look at the list goes on and on, bro. Those are all his kids.
I think it's like a popular character trope in Japanese culture in general, because if I look back from animes that take place before Dragon Ball, there are like those characters, like
crash outs.
Yeah, like the Red Comet.
Yeah.
Like they're so they're always gonna be those characters and those mediums.
But you fall. Vegeta he did the archetype. You don't have to do it first. It's about who does it right. And I feel like Vegeta was the one that did it right. And again, Dragon Ball was like the first anime for me to watch. Like that was the first one that I really watched. So like me seeing Vegeta makes it easier to connect
with you more.
When you watch the other ones. Like, okay, these guys are playing this arc. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, oh, okay, I understand it more. You know?
I think Gary Oak was my favorite anti-hero, but you know what it is.
I love Gary Oak.
I'm just messing with you.
I love Gary Oak. He was the man.
Yeah,
Shout out Pokemon.
Fuck Gary Oak.
He whooped you too many times. You couldn't get past Vermilion? That's crazy.
No, I always smashed him.
Yeah.
Oh my bad.
I always got ready for Gary Oak.
Listen.
You got ready for him?
Yeah.
That man plagued you.
Okay, listen, I have a question for you guys. I don't want to spend too much time on
Dragon Ball Z.
but this next one is gonna be super quick.
Okay.
Honorable mention, Dragon Ball GT. Quick thoughts on Dragon Ball GT.
Can I
Moment
start?
over. Let's move on.
I have some.
You're dead.
I have some gripe with Dragon Ball.
You're dead.
GT was. Why did Goku have to be a little kid?
Dog. Let's talk about it.
Like what was that?
Okay, I think we were
all. What are we doing with that? Like the villains were cool, like Super 17, Omega Shenron, Baby Vegeta. Those are cool, but why did Goku have to be a little kid?
Bro, they had my dog Vegeta walking around in tight
the leather pants.
What the?
Okay, Omega Shenron could get the fuck out of here. I didn't like that arc.
Omega Shenron.
Nobody likes Omega Shenron.
I liked him as a villain. I liked him as a villain, but how they went about it, hey, this dragon, this blah blah, and that was kind of weird. I didn't like that.
In the beginning,
gave me like Bakugan something. Like
listen, in the beginning, it was a good concept.
Yeah.
All the wishes they made were coming back. It was karmatic justice.
Yeah, I get it.
That was cool.
Yeah,
and it was cool, but the way they did Goku being a little kid, I just can't get it. I can't get past it.
Yeah.
There was no reason for that.
Yeah.
There was no reason for that.
I feel
Maju. What was the thing? Oob was supposed to be the predecessor. He was supposed to be the next guy. They got away from Gohan. Like, oh, Oob's going to be the next person.
Yeah.
You see how Goku fought him in the world tournament. It's like, oh, I'm going to take you with me. We're going to train.
Yeah.
Oob comes in. He's getting fucked up. Then he does the whole Maju fusion and then gets one-shotted. Pretty much.
Bro, they wrote GT with their eyes closed. They were just bullshitting when they did GT. Bro.
Baby Vegeta was kind of tough, though.
Baby Vegeta was tough.
Baby Vegeta was tough.
Baby Vegeta was tough.
I will give you that. Baby Vegeta was the toughest thing that came out of GT.
And then Gohan not being able to do Ultimate anymore. What was up with that?
That was weird.
That was super weird, bro. What was like? It was just a money grab. Mm-hmm. GT was a money grab, 100%.
But I will say,
remember Super Saiyan 4?
I was just about to say, Super Saiyan 4 was dope.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
Just because of the transfer, Super Saiyan 4 was tough. It was different. They had the head.
Yeah,
that shit was tough. And then when they did the Super Saiyan 4 fusion Gogeta, that shit was tough, bro.
What happened after the Baby Saga?
I think it was Shenron. Was it Shenron next?
Shenron was the next one.
Because I remember Vegeta using like the particles to go Super Saiyan 4 after that.
Mm-hmm.
That was stupid.
Bulma makes some shit. Bulma's always creating some shit.
No, but like I didn't like they put that on Vegeta. Like they always had him using steroids to get himself stronger.
Bro,
because you remember when he fought Cell, he had to be on the steroids and he was too swole.
Nah, he wasn't.
Super Vegeta?
That was him. That was his training. Them boys was in the gym. Them boys was in the gym.
That boy couldn't hit nothing.
Yeah, them boys was in the gym.
That boy couldn't hit nothing.
So now after we talked about how much of a joke GT was, let's go into Super, the real.
Yeah.
The real.
We're not gonna talk about Dragon Ball Kai.
Dragon Ball Kai was cool. It was dope.
Yeah.
It was just a rerun.
It was terrible.
They gave us cleaner lines. It was.
I like the 90s animation better, honestly.
Yeah, it was cool. It was
I'm
cool.
not gonna lie to you.
Get my rocks floating dusty.
Yeah. What?
Remember they used to like power up and like the rocks be floating?
Oh, okay.
I know we're Manga Junkies, but we're not real junkies.
Yeah, he's talking about rocks. I said, huh? Listen.
The hot shot.
So
Don't tell my business.
So we're gonna talk about Super, man. Super. There are some things. Again, there's some storylines like Moro. I could do without the Moro storyline. Some people like it, whatever. But
Moro was dope.
It was alright. But everyone knows you talk about Super. There's only one arc. It's a Tournament of Power, dog.
Yeah.
Nah, it jumps off gas with like Frieza coming back.
Listen,
that
was dope.
Gold Frieza was tough.
That shit was tough.
Listen,
it showed the gap between Gohan and everybody.
But as an arc,
he was wearing
Tournament of Power was the best one.
That's the one that
the best one.
That's the best one. We learned there's other universes. We see the different. We're like, oh, this is new. Who's this nigga Jiren, bro?
The Pride Troopers.
Pride Troopers are tough.
I'll give you that.
Tofu, listen,
bro.
Tofu going.
Tofu was
Well, you got of Destruction. Yeah. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this,
bro? When we were sitting there and they had the people in the stands, they're like, oh, everyone figured that Jiren was the guy that was next up to be the
God of Destruction.
The God of Destruction. They're like, no, it's not Jiren, it's Tofu. And then this motherfucker charged, boom.
That was like Vegeta's first win in how many years?
But that's a dub.
He needed that.
That's a dub, bro.
He needed that.
He beat the guy that was in line to become the next God of Destruction, but this guy's already using the Hakai power.
So you know what I peeped in that after rewatching it because I watched it back, preparing for this.
Got to.
You know what was crazy?
Homework.
No, what's crazy? Vegeta gives a empowering speech to Goku. Guess who gave an empowering speech to Jiren? Tofu.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a nice parallel.
Oh yeah,
they both have like that God of Destruction, ego, ultra ego vibes.
100%.
So he's telling him, press forward into the bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's time I listen to that Vegeta speech. Vegeta has the coldest speech.
Of course,
Vegeta as like a parallel to Goku being like his even match.
Yeah.
Was elevated in Super.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Like
Go
ahead,
bro. You could clearly see like, all right, them boys are on par now.
Yeah.
Especially in the Frieza arc.
Yeah.
When you see him go blue for the first, you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Listen,
what's going on?
I have something to say. So you remember how I brought up like how they made it Goku and Friends, and like how the newer mangas and like animes do a better job of like keeping that role like somewhat close to the main character. Mm-hmm. I feel like they did a good job of fixing that in Super.
Yeah, because
you do get to see a lot of people get like a real legit moment of shine. You see, they have Vegeta. Vegeta's actually able to keep up in real time with Goku. He's always well behind. Like Goku's already done it, blah blah blah. Like they've actually found a way to kind of have him keep up with him in real time. And like I know they had to fight some people. There's an asterisk for Goku and Vegeta fought, no key, no whatever. But just the fact that he's able to do that and beat him, like it shows that they're actually fixing certain things. I feel like that was a dope thing that they threw in there.
Even with the latest arc that came out before Black Frieza showed up. Who was the guy? Granola.
Yes.
That Granola arc. Listen, that really showed like how Goku relied on Vegeta. Like, hey, listen, I need you.
Yeah. I like Vegeta in that moment because Vegeta has always been a character who strived for greatness but had a lot of pride. And it came to me in this one that he finally got rid of the one thing that was drawing him back, his pride. The fact that he started to learn from everyone, the fact that he started to fight with his full intensity, no matter if it looked embarrassing or not, no matter if he had to lower his head, if he had to bite, claw, headbutt, it didn't matter. He was willing to go that extra mile to become the strongest. And I think that was one moment where I really, really locked in with Vegeta because originally as a kid, Vegeta was my favorite character.
Yep.
But then I realized as I got older, I didn't want my hairline to look like his. So I started voting for Gohan.
Crazy Widow's Peak.
No, but even Gohan, like Toriyama's been doing a great. Rest in peace, Toriyama. That Beast Gohan transformation and then the Orange Piccolo, bro. He really was
elevating.
I'm so glad that he did that before he passed, because the one thing I'm happy that he did is Broly coming back.
Broly, yeah.
Making Broly canon was huge.
That movie was fire.
Broly's probably my favorite character in anime history. Probably one of the top. I like those rage monsters. I don't know what it is.
But seeing Broly train with Goku, Vegeta, and Whis, and seeing how like he's trying to keep the anger in the Tournament of Power, showing what was the one girl's name? Not Kefla. Kale.
Yeah.
Right? It showed us like, okay, what happens if someone who goes berserk can keep it in check? And seeing how much power she had when she could actually like be a free mind and be able to speak while she's in berserk form.
Yeah.
Like as like Goku skates upon her.
But
blast
still,
her key blast with
that was the fusion.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop real quick because I'm with y'all. Tournament of Power was. Bro, I don't think about it.
Gas.
That shit was nuts, bro.
So first, let's talk about what brought Dragon Ball Super on. Because remember, there was a huge gap from Dragon Ball GT because Dragon Ball G ended, and basically Dragon Ball was kind of disgraced for a while, I guess, after it. And then they came out with Kai, and we were kind of iffy on that. So
it was the movie.
When we heard,
wait, it was disgraced, like.
GT was a horrible mess.
That was their last. GT essentially was their last go at continuing the story of Dragon Ball.
I want to say GT
horribly.
So like it just
missed.
Horrible.
2006.
But you guys all watched it, right?
There was shining moments to GT, as far as when they introduced the Super Saiyan 4, and when you got to see the fusion between Goku and Vegeta again with the Gogeta. There was some honorable villains like Super 17 that was cool. I know some people are iffy with Omega Shenron.
Yeah.
Baby Vegeta was probably the biggest villain for me. I think that was the best arc.
Yeah.
Other than that, GT was foul up.
How they put it together.
Yeah.
He traveled around with Pan, who would go explode if she turned Super Saiyan. To me, it was like 2000. It ended around like 2006, 2007.
Yeah, it was just bad.
Around that.
It was just bad.
So we kind of were like off Dragon Ball, and we moved over to Naruto, One Piece, Bleach.
Yeah.
And I think Dragon Ball Kai came around, but it wasn't something that we necessarily paid attention to.
It was just a nostalgia thing, honestly.
Yeah, you watched it on your free time.
Yeah.
So we got news of Dragon Ball Super, and I think
not Super. It wasn't Super.
It was
yet.
the movie.
The movie.
It was the Destruction of the Gods.
It was the Destruction of the Gods, and that's when they introduced newer characters here and there. And then we're like, oh, Frieza's coming back. They did the gold, and then we're like, oh, and it did great.
Yeah, because Destruction of the God was supposed to be a standalone movie. It was supposed to be a one-time movie. That was it. And because Toriyama saw how it resonated with people and it did so well, he was like, all right, let me do another movie, which was the Frieza Resurrection arc.
Yeah.
That movie did so well because they introduced the blue transformation, the Frieza gold.
Yeah.
Like, we might have something here.
Yep.
And I'm so happy they did this.
Yeah.
Because watching Super brought me back to being a kid again.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Like you got that feeling of, damn, what's Goku going to do next?
Yeah.
What's Vegeta? And then now with the watching the Tournament of Power, you got to see the beginning of it when you saw Goku fight with Gohan and he's like, I'm going back to doing Ultimate. I want to find my own power.
Yeah.
And then they finally bring up things that you heard from Dragon Ball Z, like the legendary Super Saiyan.
Yes.
And then you have this monster who we still don't know who it is yet, who destroyed all of Jiren's world.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm glad you brought up Jiren. The fact that, again, we were all kind of off of Dragon Ball Z for a long time because of the mishap or whatever. But we were able to have a moment where Dragon Ball Z broke the internet, or Dragon Ball Super broke the internet with the Ultra Instinct Tournament of Power, Goku versus Jiren. Like we would never thought like initial Super Saiyan type like that with that transformation, bro, with everything that's going on with the new, you had Naruto or just finished or whatever, there was still a lot of like current, bro, for them to being able to do that, to come back and show, listen, we still, you know what I mean, we can still reinvent ourselves, bro.
To piggyback off of that, like it was introducing Jiren and the like Beerus and the other gods, there was another pinnacle of strength.
Yes.
To see everybody get to. You know what I mean? Like when Dragon Ball Z was over with, we were like, all right, they're the strongest characters in the universe, this and that. And we realized they're far from that.
Yeah.
The introduction of the angels.
Yep.
The introduction of the Gods of Destruction,
Zeno.
the Pride Force. Yeah, they kept pushing themselves.
I think they did a good job with that in the sense of we became interested in other characters. I think for so long, your favorite character had to be a Saiyan.
Yeah.
Now you get these different people like, oh, Jiren's my favorite character. Oh, Piccolo's not my favorite character.
Whis is my favorite.
I started looking at, to be honest with you, 18. 18, it was always one of the people I always loved.
17. 17 is the one who won the tournament.
17's okay. 17.
Yeah, 17.
18's a girl.
It's a girl.
Still one of my favorites.
Still shout out.
But 17.
We're not getting into that.
17 became one of my favorites for everything he did. He wasn't technically the strongest person, but he did what needed to be done to protect his niece and his sister.
Yeah, and he did it at a high level.
Exactly.
Bro, 17 coming out of nowhere to win that tournament. I was like,
no, 17 was the MVP that whole time. If you look back at it, like they have heavy hitters like Goku and Vegeta doing a lot of work.
Shout out Master
Gohan.
Roshi.
But for 17 to pull up, and if somebody need to be knocked out, and he's just a quick little blast there.
Fred, you're MVP for that.
Bro, Master Roshi hasn't grown, not to say that he's still a strong guy, bro, but he hasn't gotten like a power. Nothing's really changed from what we remember, man. Bro, this guy said, I'll sign. They needed somebody that he signed. He said, I'll go into the tournament. Bro, we're talking about people that are on a whole nother level than what Master Roshi's, but bro, that old head and the way that they're able to tie that in, bro. We say it all the time. If you're an old head, bro, either you're super strong or you're finesse as fuck. That's what it is, bro. Master Roshi, the way he was able to finesse and catch the dubs that he did and go as long as he did in that tournament.
Yeah.
You know what's
that
crazy?
demon jar technique he used.
You know what I was thinking about, though? That's crazy?
What?
You have to, if you're like Goten, Trunks, or like, I want to say Yamcha, you have to feel like somewhat of a hoe. To see Master Roshi, Chaozu, and Tien get in there, and you're just like, I gave up a long time ago. I play baseball now. Like, you know how crazy that must feel to see your master, this 80-year-old man, go over there and put paws on people?
Yeah, going crazy.
Dog, they say Yamcha got back in the lab after that. Don't come back, bro.
Yeah. You can stay
No,
in there.
but listen.
You're dead.
I'm done with Yamcha.
With this tournament of power, the first one that we got, I believe that possibly in the future, I think Akira Toriyama had something written where there was going to be another tournament because we saw that 17 wished for all the other erased universes to come back.
Yeah.
So I think if they were to do another tournament of power, obviously we would get Broly on the Earth's team, right? We would get Goten and Trunks, Gohan with the Beast transformation, Piccolo with the Orange transformation. And now we don't know what type of people were in these other universes. We might get people stronger than Jiren. We don't know.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah. You're probably going to say what I'm going to say.
I'm glad you brought that up because the one thing I think they did a great job of is giving these different avenues for the Saiyans to dive into. Because for so long, it became the next level of Super Saiyan. But now you have Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego.
That's my shit.
And Beast Mode, which is somewhere.
And not even just that, Broly with the legendary Super Saiyan transformation.
There's so many different ones.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways to be powerful.
To achieve power now,
And I think that was my main issue with Dragon Ball for a long time.
Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's like,
I get it.
You're only strong if you're a Saiyan. Now it's like, nah, like the rest of y'all just didn't try.
That Frieza never trained before in
Black
his life.
Frieza, monkey.
Yeah, he's a racist. He's racist as fuck.
That Black Frieza transformation, him popping up and just one-shotting both Goku and Vegeta at the same time while they're in the height of their power and knocking them out of those transformations, that's epic.
You know what's funny though? With Black Frieza, I can't wait. And that's the one thing I think they did a good job. The fact that Frieza pops up, they know how much we hate him.
Again.
So I think they keep making him pop up because we will always tune in to see Frieza get that ass whooped.
For sure.
I can't, like when Frieza's getting his ass whooped by Broly for that whole, 15 minutes in that movie with Broly, I could not stop dying.
I disagree with you too.
What?
I fuck with Frieza.
I was gonna say
yeah, but you racist.
Damn. Listen. The thing with Frieza,
Curtis is not a racist.
The thing with Frieza, they're even kind of doing like during the Tournament of Power, we saw a little bit about it. Was like how he was still like he respects Goku and Vegeta.
He's redeemable.
Like I wouldn't say he blew up an entire planet.
He's redeemable.
Who?
But Frieza, it looks like they're kind of giving up. But after they did the Black Frieza thing, and he just. I feel like okay, now he's going back.
He's a different person.
But here's my thing. I'm glad you brought up the possibilities because remember they said that the only reason why they did the Tournament of Power was because it's the lower universes that haven't flourished yet. Like, there's other universes as well. Like, there's other people that if they found a way to do like another tournament of power, they do something with those other universes with people that we know are much stronger, much further along, bro. I'm here for it, bro. I'll watch that.
I want to see the villain who had Jiren shaking in his boots. That's all I want to see.
I want to see that.
Not just that. If you guys, I don't know if you guys know about Dragon Ball Kamui.
Is that the the different unit? Like they showed.
Yeah, it's some guy who writes it. It's like a fan based manga, and some of the things that I've seen on like IG and TikTok, the clips, bro, it's a very detailed story. Like it's a darker version of Dragon Ball. So I was hoping that possibly in the future of Super, we would get that type of touch to it. You know what I mean? Like you see, like Gohan and Goten and Gohan and Goten and Trunks.
Yeah.
Have this like big training arc where they train with Whis, and they tap into being able to unleash their potential.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about they're the youngest Super Saiyans. Those two, possibly if they train and get to a certain, we've seen glimpses of how strong Trunks can be.
Super Saiyan early. They hit Super Saiyan early. They were going Super Saiyan 3 in the fusion.
So could you imagine them being able to touch their potential separate and then fusing into Gotenks?
I would love that. I would love that.
There's a limitless avenues to how they can do this.
I'm with it. What you got, Brad?
He's not fucking with it.
You're off Goten.
Like
you're off Goten and Trunks. You're only thinking about Gohan.
I love Goten and Trunks when they came out. I did. I really did. I wanted to believe in them.
Yeah.
But fuck them kids.
Damn. No. Listen, the Trunks I fuck with is Future Trunks. That's
I fuck with Future Trunks. Long hair, 90s Trunks with the capsule corp. I fuck with. You can't get me on this new Trunks who wants to be Mr. Saiyaman version 2.5.
Can we talk about how they did Trunks? Why did Future Trunks leave in the Cell Saga? My dog was swolled up.
Yeah.
Peak.
Hair long,
physique. Hair long.
Whoa.
Aura. My dog had aura.
Yeah.
Then you see him come back with the blue hair and he's a twig again. Like, who is this guy? Yeah. This is not the same Future Gohan we saw.
He was so strong as fuck, though.
Yeah, he was so strong
as fuck. He was so strong as fuck. You remember who they were fighting?
Look, you tell me which one. All right.
So that's Curve's trunk. The one with the blue hair, that's Curve's trunk.
That's not my trunk.
That's his favorite.
Who the fuck is that guy?
It's supposed to be the same guy.
Who is that?
Came back.
Wait, so this guy right here.
Yes.
That's
Trunks.
That is Trunks.
That's Trunks.
That guy looks sick.
Who's the blue hair?
Yeah,
who is that guy?
No, that's him.
Wait, this is supposed to be the same person?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
GT, big dog. GT.
Who is that? That's
crazy.
GT Trunks.
Yeah, got it.
That's who that is with the shorts. With the short shorts.
Listen. That's Curve's favorite person. I don't know what's up with Curve.
Goku.
Goku's my favorite character.
Okay. That takes me into my next point. This is probably the most important point. I mean, can I get into it?
Go ahead.
The only thing that makes me pissed off about Dragon Ball, if y'all see, I like Dragon Ball Z. The only issue I have is that the characters, the strongest ones are kind of ass.
Damn.
And I mean, like, Vegeta being the exception. Who had that big training arc? Who had that big shift recently?
Mm-hmm.
But Goku has always been the same. Goku will risk the lives of everybody on his planet if he get to throw hands, and that has always pissed me off.
That's a fucking
I seen him throw. Didn't he throw Moro a sensu beam?
Yeah, he did.
He loves throwing
there,
people.
and I'm just like, if I'm an inhabitant of this planet, I'm telling you right now, I'm murking his whole family. I am putting cyanide in their food because at this point, this man is pissing me off.
And then he got the nerve
you gonna
at the
play
end
with
of the
my
fight.
kid's life? No.
He got the nerve at the end of the fight to ask the entire Earth to give him their spirit energy.
That's their job.
Because he want to fuck around during the fight.
That's your job.
He doesn't have a job. He's unemployed.
That's our job. Listen, if Goku said put your motherfucking hands up to save this planet, put your hands up.
No.
You swear you were like this at your house when Goku said,
hey,
put your hands up.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If he said that shit, said that shit, and he was watching live, and you saw him beat Moro, and like him easily be able to hand Moro at that current state, and you saw him feed him a sensu beam, you would not put your hands up.
Putting my hands
you
up.
would not put your hands up.
If only the world knew that's what was going on.
I don't think they'd put their hands up.
They wouldn't.
You have no choice.
The world is petty.
Nope.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. You see a guy, he has $100,000. He puts it all into gambling. You see him put it all into gambling, and he loses it on one bet. Now he comes to you and says, "My family's this. We're gonna lose our house." Blah blah. You think you give me some money? If you saw him do that, would you give him bread?
No, because that doesn't affect me. But the planet being destroyed does affect me.
Okay. No.
Does affect me.
Go.
That does affect me.
Go with that status.
Not having a tomorrow.
I got you.
Affects me.
I got you. Okay, so let me ask you a question.
But you gambling $100K on your house and asking me for $1, that doesn't affect me.
Let me ask you a question.
Plays too much.
If he going into it, if he said, "Hey, I'm gonna go bet, and if I win, I'm giving you $1 million. If I win, I give you $1 million."
Okay.
And then he does a stupid bet, ends up losing $1 million, and he goes at the end of it, he goes, "Give me another 10." I swear,
I know he's gonna hit after that.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know.
I'm gonna give it to him.
You don't know. I'm gonna wait for the next batter up.
I'm giving it to him.
I'm waiting for Gohan to go fight.
I'm giving it to him.
One thing I want to touch on before pause. One thing I want to speak about before we wrap up, because we're doing. Listen, not only was Dragon Ball Z fire when it came to the animation, the manga, in they're able to make games, change the anime gaming, just community. Bro, Tenkaichi, that is a staple. Okay.
Now we got Sparking Zero.
But even before Sparking Zero, I don't know if you guys know. What is it? Dragon Ball Fighters, Fighter Z.
Yeah.
Bro, reinvented 2D, but it's
Blast.
3D, but it's 2D fighting. Yeah. Bro, it gives you that Marvel vs. Capcom, like that feel, bro. They were able to create a game. That game was huge success. Then they bring back Tenkaichi. Now it's called Sparking Zero, bro. Like, bro, they got this shit in a chokehold.
Apparently, Sparking was the name. Tenkaichi was the English version. But in Japan, they called it Sparking.
Yeah. Really?
Translated to English, it's called Sparking.
Oh, perfect. So we've been Sparking our entire life.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I gave up on Tenkaichi when I used to have those blisters on my hands. When I used to be whipping that analog stick.
Yeah.
Listen, I just want to say we have yet to see gamer tags in the comments.
Oh yeah, we gotta
drop.
Y'all
running from the hands.
Listen,
what's up?
PlayStation. We need PlayStation Network name. We need the gamer tags. Let's run it. Let's run this Sparking Zero. We've been playing.
I'm ready for the fades.
Also, I want to open y'all up. Y'all pause.
What?
Pause. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow.
No. I want to talk. I want to talk to the listeners though, for real, because the one thing I haven't noticed is y'all aren't asking us personal questions. I want to see what questions y'all have for us.
Yeah.
Like if there's a topic y'all have, bring it up. We'll bring it up on the pod.
Yeah.
We'll bring it up and clip it.
What you guys want to talk about, man?
Honestly, I want to say I love the engagement we had from one of our clips on YouTube on IG.
Yeah.
For the Loki clip.
Devil Fruit.
Yeah,
theory.
Devil Fruit theory. Listen. I'm loving the engagement. I love the different ideas, the different theories you guys are throwing at us. There was somebody who mentioned.
We'll clip a couple of those theories. We've seen some good theories in the comments. We'll throw a couple of those.
I'm loving them. There was somebody who mentioned that possibly the red serpent that I had spoke about last time is actually the red line. And then they're thinking that the red line, if I can't remember your name, whoever you are, but I'm giving you a shout out.
We'll pull it up on the clip.
Later,
we'll put it on the clip.
That was a very interesting thing. They said that the red line was actually Jormungand there, and they think that once that red line is broken,
that's what's gonna start
it. And then Brad spoke with me earlier this week. We talked about this before the pod. He said that he believes that Loki is actually Surtur. And once I started thinking about that, I had the gears turning. And he also stated that that's why Howden went to get the mirror fruit so he could fight fire with fire.
Oh shit!
And then I was like, listen. So if that's the case, if Loki is actually Surtur, then Luffy would play the representation of Thor, and that would be the epic clash: Thor versus Surtur.
Yeah,
that's big.
They have that giant sword sitting there. I mean, Surtur's supposed to have a giant sword. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Listen,
There's a lot of possibilities. Yeah. I love it. Listen, I think that's about. You guys got anything?
Yeah, I'm wrapped up. I'm good.
Dragon Ball Z, man, the start of everything. It started in the beginning, the end, everything. Listen, the stuff that we're watching now, there would be none of it without Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. My bad. I'm with you.
I was going to say, we felt like it was only right, especially R.I.P. Akira Toriyama. We had to dedicate a pod to Dragon Ball Z. We're going to have a lot more Dragon Ball Z content in the future, but we had to do a whole pod for it.
I wanted to ask you guys a question. Name your favorite Saiyan. You have Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and let's go Broly.
Oh, yeah.
You can't throw Bardock in there?
Bardock. Oh, honorary
Bardock
mention.
is in my top 5, low key. 100%. But let's do that as a poll. I want to see what everybody. Y'all let us know who y'all like. We're going Vegeta, Goku, Gohan, Broly.
Yeah, I like it.
I fuck with that.
All right, Benji, what you think? How you feel about today? You like Dragon Ball Z? You have a lot of shit you need to catch up with.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm actually. Oh, why am I so zoomed in right now? But, I'm actually right now looking up the Sparking Zero gameplay. It actually looks sick.
It is nasty.
It looks sick.
Yeah,
it's like a 3D version of.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
you feel like you're them, bro. They do a really good job of making you feel
like
like
it's like a slow mo. They're doing some crazy. I'm like.
Combat super smooth.
It's smooth.
Yeah,
it's fire. It's fire.
cool.
We're gonna set something up. We'll make some content for it.
I would love to check that out. That sounds pretty cool. But yeah, no, I'm intrigued. I mean, I know Dragon Ball Z is massive, so I'm sure I got to do a lot. I got to catch up. You guys been watching for a while, so I gotta. What would you recommend if someone
watch Dragon Ball first?
Just watch Dragon Ball.
Start with Dragon Ball. And go through. You have a better idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. Cool.
All right, Benji.
All right, we're taking us out.
Yeah, take us out.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, get ready.
Thank you so much for watching Manga Junkies. 2 E's, no I. Stay golden.
Gallic gun. You
I know what time it was. Yeah, I know what.
I didn't tell me if I was doing gun.
Well, I was gonna do gun, and I thought Gallic gun. I was like.